Background. Okay, he's here. Fine. Oh yes, Rohit Chavan. I know Rohit very well. He and he-
Hi Rohit, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Rohit. Ah, how are you feeling today? Okay.
How was your day, Rohit? Oh, so probably you must be very busy these days, right? Oh wow, that's great. Uh, great. That's really nice to hear. And yet you have uh moved time for us, and that's our. We are very glad about that. Thank you so much. So tell me, how are you doing this these days? So
How many offers do you have? Which company? What is the nature of that company? What's the product of that company? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, that's not bad. Mm. So at least they are honest about it. Mm. Mm. Wow. Okay. Michelin is a very old company, a very stable company. Is a very good. Yeah. What will be your role in Michelin? Okay. Mm. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Persistent is a very well-known company. It's not as big as TCS or Wipro or Cognizant, but this is kind of there. It's kind of there. Yeah. Mm. 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 And they have been growing very, very steadily for a long time. Interesting. Very interesting. So with
Even I,
three offers, yeah, very interesting.
yes, even I think that Rohit, that the offers that you've got, rather earned, are very interesting. What do you think about your job? How do you feel about it? I must say that your research about the companies is crazy. I really
It's
appreciate that.
amazing.
It's
It's
really
really
amazing.
amazing. Amazing. Yeah. What was their, what is their cap? What is their student? What is their capacity? What was their revenue reported? Very nice research. Unbelievable. Yeah, we can understand why this week is really exciting for you. Couple of weeks. Yeah. No time to feel anything else. Okay. Hmm. Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
even
I
that
ask
is.
you? Can I ask? Sorry, you were saying.
Yes, okay, started.
Can I ask a question? In Bangalore or in Pune? I understand you take a slightly higher paying job, you go to Bangalore, the cost is high, you come down to the same Pune level, right? In which city are the girls prettier? Oh, good one, good one, good one. Okay, wonderful. No, this is good. We're really proud of the way you're looking at it, the analysis and the thinking. And uh, what do you think about that whole concept of jumping within a year? Nobody jumps in 6 months, but maybe within a year or so, instead of waiting for 2, 3 years. That is the conventional wisdom. You wait for 2, 3 years, but sometimes even I'm not able to defend that. Why do you wait for 2, 3 years if within a year or so, if you really get an offer which is going to make a substantial difference? I mean, nobody jumps because it takes you 4 to 5 months to just get established within a company. Okay? But yeah, I struggle with trying to find out why you have to wait 3 years and why you can't jump within 1 year. What do you think about that? Absolutely, right here. Mm, mm, exactly. Mm. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yep, yep. It's
That
an interesting
that
world.
really makes sense. So, would you like to stay in Pune, or really would like to explore a different city altogether for your new job?
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. It really makes sense to also jump out of the comfort zone and also stay within the comfort zone. I think there's both the things are equally right and not right at the same time. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Yep. I know. Settling, uprooting yourself from one place and going to another place. Uh, there's always nine but three thoda sa tras to hona rehta hai. You just have to adjust to yeah. But Sakai Sakai. No, no. You value. Yeah. Hyderabad has developed tremendously in the last 10, 15 years. It's unbelievable. Mm. Wow. No. So why do you think that is? I mean, is it just the city location or is it the local population? They are more intelligent than people from Pune? I don't think so. Mm. Mm. So the government gets the money from the employees. Employees come there from all over India. Right. Yeah, spend the money, they pay taxes. Mm, the, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is Bangalore. I mean, Bangalore traffic was bad even when I was in Bangalore, but now I can't imagine what it must be like. How is Baiju doing? Yeah, Mm. Wow. Yeah, Bangalore is, yeah. How is Calcutta doing? Kolkata. Mm. 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 Baner? Okay. Baner is a good area. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So actually, that's a good point. Hinjawadi, Baner, then that means Magarpatta must be 100% full then. It's almost full. Wow. Yeah. I know. I know. From both sides. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, it's good to see India advancing.
I think traffic is going to be an issue everywhere. Like I have been a
Mm.
student in Mumbai, and traffic has literally at times made me cry on my exam days because I could never find
Mm.
an auto. No matter how early I left for my exam, finding an auto was a task. Then getting into the train, and then the Mumbai locals are. It's a great experience that you can literally travel in very less time in Mumbai locals, but at the same time, it's a horrible experience to many of us, especially
Mm.
when mothers carry their babies and all of that.
Mm.
It's really horrible.
Mm. Mhm.
I
But
think you should
the
visit Mumbai once.
मुंबईच्या लोकलला खूप शिव्या मिळतात. पण ट्रस्ट मी, जेव्हा डोक्यापर्यंत पाणी साठलेलं असतं पावसाळ्याच्या सीझन मध्ये, काही चालत नाही, पण लोकल चालू असतात. तेवढ्या पाणीमधून लोकल चालू असतात, थांबत नाही. It's it's un, it's unbelievable how they do it. But yeah, that's a whole story story by itself. I think so too. I think the money is there. I think probably the infrastructure is not ready. I think the money is there, and now with the age of drones, a helicopter does not really mean a helicopter. You can just have an expanded drone, and yeah, that's a huge startup idea. But I think the infrastructure is the problem. Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They will open it, definitely. No doubt about it. Yeah. 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 I mean, mm, mm, yeah. And I think that is probably going to, I mean, they'll do what they want to do. They will, for economically, infrastructure wise, they will set it up. It will be probably one of the best in the world, no doubt about it. But will that mean that a lot of people, human beings, families, wives, children, will they happily go to Dubai? Probably not. Yeah, I mean, I sincerely doubt whether um anything is going to replace the USA for a desire to move to a new country. But yeah, Dubai is a very interesting phenomenon. Sure, sure. In Dubai, yeah, yeah, mm, mm, mm. Yes. Hmm. G7, G20, G20. Okay. To hide the slums. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Amazing. Hmm. Yeah. Bandra or Khar? Whoa. Really? Wow. That's a that's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And there are so many people who do that. You have to be a little different. The only like when you watch YouTube and things like that, the only content that I don't mind looking at, and I'm very surprised, is food. So you have a lot of tourists who go to India, and then they create a whole series of shorts about local street food and. But mm, really, I wanted to do that. I really wanted to do that because when I came to the US and I talked to other Indians in the US, I realized that the other Indians, most of them, 99% of them, have not even traveled in India. They just came from their hometown and they did their graduation and they came here. And I've been lucky. My wife and I have traveled a lot within India itself. And everybody we talk to here who are Americans, even Indians, they keep wondering ki this time when we go to India on vacation, we want to go to this place, we want to go to that place, but we don't know anything about India. So can we book someone to help us? So I had actually gotten in touch with, it was an unbelievable gentleman. He was a professor of history in a college in Agra. And he was so excited about this idea. Being a professor of history, he said, but he started saying, "Oh, I am happy to volunteer. I'm happy to volunteer." I told him, "No, this is not a volunteering job. This is a startup idea, and you will get paid. But would you be excited to do this job?" So he was so excited. He said, "I will get you another 100 professors of history who will be excited to do this job because that's part of what they believe in. Yeah? That's their whole subject." That's a fantastic startup idea. Of course, that wasn't my passion. Um, my passion is a little different, so I did not eventually do it. But I did think of that. I think there is a huge gap over there. Mm. Yep, trusted, trained, certified by a company. Well, you know what? माझ्या डोक्यामध्ये एवढीशी जागा जरा रिकामी पडलेली आहे. त्याचं मी काय करत नाही. Maybe I can use it over there. But But and actually त्यावेळेला अजूनही आहे असं नाहीये. पण even that time when I was thinking, within 3 to 5 years, इंडिया का इमेज चेंज हो जाएगा. If the foreigners have to pay, they don't have to pay millions of dollars, and foreign exchange rate मध्ये it becomes very affordable. Okay, and if they get a proper guide in a proper place, in a proper location, what is going to happen? The reviews are going to improve. And if the tourism reviews improve, immediately that area starts getting more and more attractive, more and more well known, more and more safer. Wow, yeah, I used to love that idea. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Which is not, yeah, which is not a huge amount. I mean, they spend about $200 to $300 every day. Even if we tell them to spend another $50, which gives them like a 500% better chances of safety, of more knowledge, more information, better pictures, better photographs. So yeah, and one more additional helper with them. So that's not bad. Yep, yep, yep. Hey, Dhanashri, cancel all the sessions with Rohit, and if he insists on a session, do not talk about this tourism idea. First, he should make sure he gets his job. Then we'll get. He has already started thinking in terms of this guy can have a DSLR camera. And this,
Actually,
no,
when you talk about the photos, that hit me as well. Even I thought that that person can be trained for a photography
yeah,
course
yeah,
also, and then he can do the same. And then that would be an amazing startup idea.
it would be. It
Yeah,
would be. It would be. And the best part of it is, if you think about it, in India, recruiting a person, and if we recruit someone senior, someone reliable, pretty much all over India, we know somebody who can give a reference. Most likely, it's going to be a part-time job. The customer is already paying for it. So, how much investment do you really need? It's not a, we need to make awareness over here, and in India, we need to start maybe from one city. शिवाजी महाराजांचे किल्ले राईट फ्रॉम रायगड पासून रत्नागिरी पर्यंत, शिवनेरी पासून, शिवनेरी पासून,
Now that we are actually
Wow.
talking about the startups and all of that, I really came across an interesting rickshawala startup, and that startup is like, so there was this rickshawala who does not really goes to ride his rickshaw, but calls his rickshaw at a I think it was a passport office in Mumbai. Yeah, yeah. I think you might have come across it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that idea, it really just hit me so hard. I was like, this is crazy. Like nobody would even think of that. And somebody who's not probably uh literate enough has this
Yeah.
crazy idea, and it really blew my mind. Very few startups are something that really hit me and like blew my mind, and it was really crazy.
Can,
So
can, can you can you describe it anyway, please?
yeah, 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 sure. So the startup idea was like, so office के बाहर there are nobody, uh, there is no place for people coming to the office जिनको जहाँ पे वो bags रख सकते हैं.
The bags, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what the
Hmm.
rickshaw wala did is he started halting his rickshaw outside the office, and then he started telling people that I will keep your bag safe, but I will charge 1,000 rupees per hour. So whatever time you stay inside, your bags will be safe with me, but I will be charging 1,000 per hour. So with that, he earns almost 30 to 40,000 per day, and then that's crazy for the month and the year, and that's just long.
Wow, amazing. आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो ह्यांनी डोकं लावलं. Amazing. No, that is, yeah, yeah. No, I am so interested in the tourism thing because I think that is so undervalued. Uh, I know people who've come to India who genuinely have a desire to understand the Indian history, the tradition, the culture, and there is no place where they can do that. I mean, the only thing what they know is चिखलामध्ये देवळाच्या समोर चिखलामध्ये जा. Be careful that तुमची चप्पल चोरी नाही होत. I mean, योगा कुठेतरी बसून करा. ते कपडे कॉटन वाले कपडे घाला. It's not necessarily everything is bad. It's not bad. But what they could have experienced, they don't even experience 10% of that. Hmm. And we don't have very much of a private tourism industry. It's essentially a government run driven industries and stuff like that. And the government has its own priorities. You can't blame them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that is true. I mean, the people are more important than tourism. But that leaves the whole tourism industry open for people like us who are. Mm. Oh, I know three people that come to my mind immediately. Three people who are. So there is this friend of mine. His name is Rohit Chavan. He lives in Pune. I don't know. Uh, and the other person is Dhanashri Patil. And there is this crazy guy called Harsh. This is something my mother taught me ever since I was a kid. See, if you want to do something, don't wait for somebody else to do it. Just do it yourself. And that put me into a lot of trouble many times. Okay, but it made me very strong. It made me very strong, made me very active, and yeah, I've done a lot of things in my life. Some made money, some didn't make money. It was just adventure, but it was an absolute blast just because of that concept. I think this is a good concept. See, I mean, some people are good at thinking about concepts. Some people are good at doing stuff. So I'm not by um, means, I'm not implying anything. Don't read anything between the lines. But I really love the fact that we are having this discussion. Yeah, who knows?
To me, I
Who?
think it's very interesting to sit between two very intellectual people I have started knowing very recently, and I think it's
Yeah.
really nice.
Hmm.
I
I'm glad.
yeah, I mean, I haven't been that avid reader about these startups and all of that, but sitting with you both really made me realize that, oh wow, this is interesting. Even that is interesting, and the amount of knowledge you both have is really crazy. It's insane. So
Hmm.
I really appreciate you too.
Hmm. No, Rohit has outdone himself. I never. I mean, your. I think the first or second paragraph that you said was something about the analysis of the company and so on and so forth. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. The world is very unforgiving. Yeah. You know, um, I read a book long time back. It's a world famous book. They turned it into a movie. Do you know the concept of a mercenary? So, so nowadays there are hardly any mercenaries. That whole generation has died off. But about 20, 30, 40 years ago, in the world, there were a lot of wars going on in far Europe, in Africa, so many countries, uh, and all of these wars, the rich people used to buy soldiers. Not that much from the American army because America is kind of an island; it's by itself. But they used to buy soldiers from the French, the British, the German, Egyptian, um, and the French Foreign Legion. From all of these armies, when soldiers used to kind of retire or semi-retire, these guys used to pay a lot of money and hire them. And these mercenaries became soldiers for hire. So they used to, they used to be all over Europe, and people would come from Africa or wherever and pay them like literally hundreds and thousands of dollars. Okay, I need to go and attack a certain, let us say, a fuel depot. I need to go and attack a certain fuel depot, and I need 35 people, and here is $100,000 for each of you, and come on, let's do it. So these people, these kind of freelance soldiers, became mercenaries. And there was this book written around the life of these mercenaries, and one of them, the protagonist, the main hero of the mercenaries, eventually he there is no winning for them. They are just going and killing people for money. This guy, in all of that world of corruption and murder and killing and creating wars, he always had a soft corner for children and nuns, because Christian nuns, to spread Christianity, they are all over the world. So whenever he used to come across a group or a village or something where they were always ordered to kill everyone, if there were children and nuns, he used to always somehow manage to save them. And long story short, eventually in the movie, he actually dies. He was fashioned on a real character. And eventually, when the other people from the village came to his house and they saw he had committed suicide, he had left a note. So he is a classic example of a loser. All he did in his life was, yeah. So the note said, "At least we tried." Amazing, amazing. He's never probably never done anything great in his life at all. Nobody even will remember him. But somewhere in his heart, he wanted, okay, I don't mind killing everybody for money, but not kids and not women. And he tried to. So no, I understand completely. जीता वो सिकंदर हारा वो बंदर. But and you don't always win every time. You don't always win every time. But if you can go out saying, at least I tried, that makes you a million times better than the rest of the planet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, guys, I looks like I have a meeting. Okay, I have a meeting in 6 minutes. I have to go. This was an unbelievably amazing discussion. Uh, thank you so much, Rohit. Really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you for everything you said, Dhanashri. Why don't I leave you guys now and you guys can wrap up whatever it is. All right? Okay. Bye.
So, Rohit, it was a very interesting conversation, I must say. I really impressed with the amount of knowledge you possess and all of that. You really have, I feel you really have interesting research about the market, isn't it? Are all engineers this म्हणजे असेच असतात सगळे की it's just some people because माझा पण एक friend आहे who is an engineer and I literally when I enter into a session with you and it's just the second session, it really reminds me of him when you talk that oh even he would talk that he would do business startup and the analysis and the research. I think it's crazy. So like sitting with him is like getting a knowledge from about this that about things I never even thought in my life. It's really nice. And we are really glad that you took time for us to join our session. And I understand the schedule you have, the busy schedule that you have, yet you actually extracted that time for us. So we are very glad you connected to us. Uh, what would you like to connect to us again? Yeah, so I would want to uh, arrange for a meeting. So can you tell me the preferred time, that preferred day, preferred time, so that next week? Okay. Uh, Weekdays or weekends? Okay, same time. Oh, that's great then. Okay, all right. I will connect to you over. Do you want me to connect to you on WhatsApp or email? What do you prefer? Okay, okay. I will connect to you through WhatsApp, and that's my official OnLife 360 number that I called you from. So I will connect with you from the same number. Is that all right? All right. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.